himself said was he really felt good about his team's ability. I'm hoping.
Minus Derek Peterson tonight. Here is Trey White way out there for the Jayhawks. Flory Badunga backs his way inside. Badunga with a left hand off the window. Starting five for Towson and Pat Scarry. Maybe the team to beat in the CAA off the screen as Tyler Tejada the miss. And here comes Kansas. Badunga runs the floor. It's pushed down the lane by Caleb Mbea.
Towson's got to be careful. They've got to take good shots. This Kansas defense can force tough shots and maybe be a little bit more aggressive on the offensive end as they figure out who they're going to be without Derek Peterson again. But Towson's got to be patient early, particularly Tyler Tejada. When he gets good looks, he makes a high percentage.
Here is Williamson. To shoot, tough fade away, traveling first, Dylan Williamson, and a turnover committed by Towson.
It's a great move. He's just traveled. The best move in basketball is a walk.
If it's not called.
Well, they're calling a lot less these days. Got a little liberal with the steps.
Here comes Melvin Council Jr. across the timeline.
Started with the double hardened step back.
Flory Badunga goes inside, spins around. Goes and Badunga has all four for Kansas.
There's not much you can do if Badunga's going to get to the block because he can elevate over anybody in the country. You've got to meet him before he gets there and make him take the toughest shot possible. That's a 10, 15-foot hook as opposed to a 5-footer.
There's a three on the way, and the rainbow goes for Dylan Williamson.
It's what he does, and the fact that his first one went down should be concerning for Kansas. You've got to be there on him tight, but he's got a great little wiggle dribble, creates rhythm off the dribble, and becomes a tough shot maker off the bounce.
Leads Towson and made threes. Melvin Council Jr. gets in the lane. Bryson Tiller. He left it short, hustling. Jamari McDowell for Kansas. And a whistle, and there is a clock issue, and that's why they have halted play.
Williamson's that guy. When he's putting the ball on the floor, look for him to take a shot. He just gets really creative. That bounce right there is to find rhythm into the jump shot. When he bounces it, he makes a higher percentage of threes. And they may look like difficult shots, but he's a tough shot maker. I'm also an expert on Towson. I've had him 3 times already this year.
Anybody wants to know anything about the Towson Tigers, John Crispin's your guy. Inside Flory Badunga, all 6 for the Jayhawks.
They're not meeting them early enough on the roll. You're either going to meet them high on the roll, keep them out of the paint, or you're going to pressure the heck out of the ball so you can't pick that pass out.
How high do you need to pick him up?
I think it's at least 10 feet. Make him dribble. He's not as good when he has to put it on the floor.
On the drive and the floater on the baseline, too strong from Tyler Schmidt. Here come the Jayhawks. Melvin Council Jr. on the push. And the scoop by Council. And the Big 12 player of the week off the career best 36 against NC State puts the Jayhawks up 5.
I said it before, the most impressive thing about the 9 threes was that the first few he took were wide open, to the point where they were saying, go ahead and shoot. That's the hardest shot to make in college basketball. A wide open 3 when the team says, go ahead and do it.
And then the Wolfpack had to adjust mid-game because he kept knocking them down.
It hurts a little more when your risky game plan blows up in your face. Not just doesn't work, it blew up in your face. Still almost won the game.
Trey White drives. Trey White and 1.
I'd say it's a good start for Kansas. Their defense has been good. Outside of the one Dylan Williamson 3, which is something you can fix, it's also a tough shot. Kansas has been able to get to the blocks. They've gotten inside the paint, and that's something Pat Scarry said. We cannot allow that. That's got to be red zone, meaning no fly zone.
First foul on Tyler Tejada. Trey White, the well-traveled Trey White. First year at Kansas after Illinois, Louisville. Started his career at USC. And the free throw rattles out for Trey White, the Dallas native.
That's 4 in 4 years.
It's a lot of gear that he's probably got in his closet somewhere.
I like that's where you went with it. They all like gear.
Batunga blocks the shot, picked up inside, and it spins out for Tyler Coleman, kept alive by Towson, and now it's cleared by the Jayhawks. Here's Bryson Tiller. Council.
Why does it just look so much better than it did 2 games ago? You know what I mean? Like, the release is better, and it's amazing what confidence does to a jump shot.
9-0 run for the Jayhawks and a travel on Towson. Extra step for Jack Doumbia.
I want to go back to that point.
Back in 2011.
That one didn't go as well.
His debut, no. That was a rough season for Pat Scarry. His first year at Towson. Going inside again at Bryson Tiller.
Good ball movement. You get stuck on the top side. Good feed and finish. But again, it's playing the defense early, so the catch is further from the block.
11-0 run for the Jayhawks, who've made their last 5 shots from the floor. Towson in desperate need of a basket. Powering his way inside off the window. Chike Ndefo, the redshirt freshman for Towson.
He's got the body to be able to do that. And if he gets an angle, he can get to the basket.
And a foul down low committed by Towson. Trying to deny Flory Batunga. It's on Mort Sek. 7-footer from Senegal.
Every team out there is trying to find the right balance. There's a ton of talent out there. Everybody's got talent. Towson's got talent. Where Kansas needs is they need consistency from the perimeter. They need to continue to develop their bigs. And then when you get Darren Peterson back, you've got to develop that 2-man game, particularly with Batunga, man. He's just got that lob potential. A great player like Peterson, he can do it.
Darren Peterson with the cramping in his quad that forced him out of the game late in Raleigh on Saturday. Practiced yesterday, went through shoot-around earlier today. He's day-to-day. And Kansas holding him out tonight. And an errant pass, wild throw by Flory Batunga. And the first turnover committed by the Jayhawks.
Obviously, you want to see players like Darren Peterson at their best, which means healthy. But I think it's fair to say, even as a broadcaster, he's an exciting guy to be in town for. It's disappointing to not be able to see him because he's that smooth, he's that good.
Speaking of smooth, Chike Ndefo driving him with a finger roll.
It's a good name to say, too.
Chike Ndefo. So without Peterson tonight, how different is Kansas? Trey White missing, followed Flory Batunga, and 1 for Batunga.
To answer your question on the surface first, I'm going to say they're more purposeful. I think they're more purposeful on the defensive end, but I also think offensively they're looking to attack quicker. A lot of times when you have a great player like Darren Peterson, you wait for them to do something, right? They have to touch the ball. They've got to be involved more. And naturally, the best player on the floor is going to massage it a bit. That's fine. You can live with that. When he's not on the floor, defense does pick up. Because Darren Peterson hasn't yet learned defense at this level. That's okay. It's understood. Offensively, the ball's moving quicker because you don't have that one guy that demands the ball. And it's not that he demands it. He's the best player on the floor. He should have it.
Batunga with 9 and the lead 11 for the Jayhawks. When a guy like Peterson with his, look, he's one of the best scorers in the country. When he's out, what are the other guys feeling offensively in the locker room?
I think they have to feel how they need to trust each other. And I think it's natural that you do that. You understand that it's not about one guy. It's about let's create space, let's cut harder, let's dive harder off of let's swap balls into row 6, seat 7. You do everything a little bit more purposefully. And I think that's what we're seeing. Now the question is, can you do that? Can you maintain that same rhythm with Darren Peterson back? Because when he's back, the ball finds him, and he should have the basketball, but that doesn't mean your purpose is lost.
He's only played in 4 games. This is game 12 for Kansas. He had the hamstring injury, which sidelined him for a bit. And this is not related to the hamstring. The shot clock winding down, falling down, and throwing up the shot and play in. Dylan Williamson.
As much as that was a prayer, there's a part of me after seeing him 3 times already this year to say that's kind of what he does.
He said he's a tough shot maker.
Yeah, that was a silly shot.
Here's Flory Badunga down low. And a push in the post against Caleb Mbea of Towson.
Williamson was going down. He was slipping on the pull-up.
How do you even practice the shot?
You don't. You just throw it up and give it a chance. I mean, that's incredible. He never even left his feet.
Until he was falling down.
I mean, seriously, if you're out there and it's not 20 degrees, go try that. That's really hard to do. He's a fun guy. He's a really fun guy to watch because he has the ability to take over games. Maybe not against a team of Kansas caliber, but we'll see.
Shot clock inside 10 for Kansas. Bryson Tiller inside. Flory Badunga fouled at the rim. He has been a force in the first 7.5 minutes.
But it's not just like he's a force. He's really active. He's really mobile. He's getting all over the place. He's getting to the right spots. I mean, watch his movement. He's getting to the center of the lane there. He understands the only defender can come from behind. Really, it's going to be a foul or a dunk. His activity is getting him good looks, and Towson hasn't really responded to that activity yet.
2 shots for Badunga. Now 1 for 2 at the line. It's Badunga averaging 14 points and 9 rebounds a game. And emerging as a big threat this season for Kansas and Bill Self. And the production from a year ago, now granted, he wasn't starting the majority of the season. You had Hunter Dickinson here, KJ Adams a year ago. But now Badunga is that presence inside for Kansas.
I also think with Darren Peterson, you have a legit pick, roll, and lob guy. And Peterson is a magician in terms of finishing runners and pull-ups and finishing at the rim. But the more that happens, the more that secondary defender comes his way, and that lob's going to be there. And I couldn't figure out who's the last big lob guy they've had. I mean, KJ Adams maybe, but not in that position.
Corner 3. And that one off to heel the rim by Jaquan Womack, but kept alive. Is Towson's a good offensive rebounding team. More sec on the glass in the kick out. Here is Dylan Williamson. And a good look. And he runs it down. Another chance for the Towson Tigers here.
Towson's physical. They're very active in their movement. And they also take a lot of tough shots that you're not anticipating, which means defensively you're not in position to rebound.
Already 6 offensive rebounds for the Tigers. Shot clock winding down. Williamson fade away on the baseline. And the rebound tipped free and run down by the Jayhawks and Jaden Dawson. And a steal. Dylan Williamson playing the passing lane and drops it in. The anticipation there from Williamson.
He just plays. That's what makes him fun.
Flory Badunga leads all scorers for Kansas with 10. The Jayhawks playing without Darren Peterson tonight as the runner off the window by Elmarco Jackson.
It's just a good, strong take. A simple move from Elmarco Jackson with the entire side of the floor wide open with all this dummy action on the ball sides in terms of where it was inbounded.
Hesitation and the drive and the swat. Bryson Tiller recovers. Jack Dumbia Jr. thought he was home free.
He's really good at getting to the rim. Very slithery in terms of being able to get through tight spots. But you've got to adjust to the length and the athleticism of a Power 5 school. One in particular, Kansas.
And a foul leaning in. Trey White will go to the line for Kansas.
When you get used to playing a certain level of competition, don't get me wrong, they've played this is a 3rd Big 12 opponent. You think you have just enough room to get that shot up quickly. But with no physical contact into the defender, he's able to line his steps up and take it away.
6th team foul already on Towson. Kansas has yet to be called for one. And Trey White at the line for the Jayhawks. 0 for 1 from the line tonight. This week's featured women's college hoops matchup. Joyce Edwards and number 3, South Carolina, square off against South Florida in Tampa Thursday night, right here on ESPN2 and the ESPN app. Our coverage tips at 7 Eastern. South Carolina and South Florida.
You mentioned the fouls, 6 on Towson, none on Kansas. It's the way the game's being played. You've got to get to the rim. You've got to put the defense in chase mode if you want to pick up fouls on your opponent. And Towson has not been able to do that. I think it's length. I also think it's staying home. They're not chasing. They communicate well defensively. And we did mention, without Peterson, they are a better defensive team. And sometimes it's simply out of subconscious need.
Kansas has matched their largest lead. They've made 7 of their last 8 shots from the floor. Back in the game, Tyler Tejada playing with 2 fouls. Gets into the paint, left it short. Last touch by Kansas will stay at this end. It stays with the Tigers.
That's the type of shot Tejada wants, and at some point in this game, once he starts to find it, you're likely going to have to start digging down to get him to pick up the ball in a bad spot, because that's a shot he makes really 60–70% of the time.
A junior from Teaneck, New Jersey, last year's CAA Player of the Year. And as a freshman, a couple of years ago, was the Rookie of the Year in the CAA, and he clanks that 3. And the rebound pulled down by Elmargo Jackson for Kansas. Go inside again, Flory Badunga. Left the ball behind. Trey White weaves his way inside. The floater in the lane for KU by Trey White.
That's a good, patient play. The sit down, we celebrate a little bit because it's just good on balance basketball, but he can make any play from that position. It's the worst spot for the defense to allow the ball, and it's a good, strong finish.
Towson just 1 for their last 9. And a 3 on the way, short from Tyler Tejada. And here comes KU again.
The fog is a tough place to be cold, too.
Too strong from Melvin Council Jr. And there's Tyler Tejada.
Bia is the kind of guy that can get to the basket from anywhere, and he can finish bad angle shots. That's not a bad angle shot, but he's the kind of guy that can get to the corner of a backboard, which you think is not the right angle to take the shot, but he finds ways to finish. And that time he got his body into the defender, which kind of negates a block.
First foul in the Jayhawks, calling Cole Rosario, the freshman from Miami. And Dubia, transfer from Norfolk State. For his first 2 years, and last year was at Wright State. His first year at Towson, the senior from Maryland. And he gets the and 1 free throw, and back to an 11-point game for Kansas. And prior to that, 2 junior colleges for Dubia. It's the world we're living in now.
Where another.
Trey White floating across the key, and the rebound pulled down by Chike and Defoe for Towson. When you look at Towson, John, physically, when they elbow the pull-up jumper by Jack Dubia Jr., they look the part.
They do. And they're also dudes, right? They just get out, they ball, they're physical, they're tough, they're competitive, they communicate well in the defensive end. And if you use guys like Dubia Jr. to be able to break guys down off the bounce, you're going to have opportunities. Now, their offense was stagnant, but Dubia comes off the bench.
That puts Kansas in the bonus. The foul on the freshman, Jaquan Womack. And a 1-and-1 for the Jayhawks. And they're picked to win the CAA. And Pat Scarry's team, they've won 20 or more each of the last 4 years. North Carolina, Wilmington, the College of Charleston, William and Mary, that's the stiff competition for them in the CAA. Last year they won the league, but lost in the semifinals in the CAA.
Which basically throws everything out the window. And talked to Pat Scarry about that down in Orlando. Talked about it again today at his nicer hotel than ours. That was a nice place. He enjoyed it too. What he did say was he was hoping they'd play well and he'd go back and enjoy a beer after the game. But he did say he felt confident in this team, but in so many ways, it's not just about preparing your team to play these games. It's about preparing your team to be the conference tournament champion. That's it.
And they play a tough schedule. And this is the 3rd Big 12 team that they've already played. They entered league play last year with a losing record, but then went 16-2, winning the CAA. On the drive, and a foul. If it's on Tejada, that's 3.
I like the play by Trey White. I think he's doing it either way. But with Tejada there in open space, great job of just going right at him.
Third on Tyler Tejada with 8:04 left in the half. And a frustrated Head Scary right now talking to Marquise Pettigrew.
8 minutes left with 3. Are you rolling the dice?
2 shots for White. One more coming for Trey White, who's now 3 for 4 at the line.
Nah, you've got to take him out. It's tough. I mean, I like, you know what my favorite call in college basketball is? We haven't done a game in a while, but it's the no call. Favorite call is the no call. I just think that's a great no call situation. I also selfishly dislike when the best players are taken off the floor. If I had my way, because I like fun, I would give one player on each team an extra foul.
You have to designate that before the game?
Nah, picking whoever's hot, man. Keep the hot hand in the game.
Big John, the commissioner. And a 30-second timeout for Towson before the steal from Dylan Williamson. But Kansas up 12. Towson in some trouble.
I would tell you to stop expanding the NCAA tournament, but I do like they expanded the college football playoff. It's like extended relevance and interest.
I love the home games.
Yes, oh, 100%.
Shot clock winding down. Deep 3 missed by Dylan Williamson. And here comes Kansas with the rebound. Jayhawks up 12. The lob to Flory Badunga, can't convert. And back the other way, here comes Jack Dumbia Jr. for Towson. Dumbia quickly on the baseline. And Flory Badunga swats it away, coming over. Out of bounds, though, it stays with Towson at this end of the floor. Third block for Kansas, and the Jayhawks, 10th in the country, average over 6 blocks a game.
I mean, I can't really commend him on his timing there. He blocked it with his elbow. But what I'll do is I'll commend him on his presence. He was there. He anticipated where the ball's going. He stayed home. He saw. He was communicating. That's all good stuff.
Help defense.
The key is in help defense. Be there before the ball gets there. So many bigs get in foul trouble because they're a step behind the play.
The flip in the lane, short from Tyler Schmidt. Offensive rebound and a foul. That'll get Caleb Mbea to the line for Towson. First foul of Flory Badunga.
It's always funny when the physical description by the official is in no way what happened. Right? He gave him the elbow push shove. It really wasn't that. It was more like an accident. It's a no-fault accident. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. No, I definitely know. Sophomore from the Congo, Mbea, one more shot, 60% from the line. Do you have to report that if it's a no-fault?
Could be a point. I think in football they should do that. They should have to physically describe every.
Give him the business. Yeah, and the rebound, saving it from going out, is Bryson Tiller for Kansas.
I've been watching Melvin Council Jr. just after that game. Who are you coming back? He seems like a different dude. He's got a different bounce in his step. He's communicating more on the defensive end, and he's working off the ball a lot better. He moves very well, and the more he moves with purpose off the ball, the better looks he's going to get.
During the NC State game Saturday, as he drives and gets to the bucket, has a shot blocked out of bounds, 4 on the shot clock for Kansas. Did you see his body language and his mannerisms change as the game was progressing?
Got better and better. It doesn't feel good when you're left wide open purposefully. It actually hurts a little bit. You feel like a smack in the face.
Flory Badunga off the lob, and a foul will get him to the line.
I'm saying lobs to Badunga, it's going to be there. But yeah, I tell you, it's like he grew up throughout the course of that game. And some people grow with success, right? Some people get consumed by it. They don't handle it too well. They demand and they feel entitled to the basketball when that's not really who you are. He seems like he grew and developed a confidence throughout the course of the game where he sought out shot opportunities as opposed to just taking the ones that came his way.
One more for Flory Badunga, now 2 for 4 at the line. Flory Badunga, Mr. Basketball in Indiana, coming out of high school. He's originally from the Congo. Went to high school in Kokomo, Indiana. And the two-time Gatorade Player of the Year, the McDonald's All-American, missed both free throws, and Tyler Schmidt the rebound for Towson.
He's the ideal big to have in the new world of college basketball. It's much more professionalized even in terms of how you get into stuff.
Trey White blocks the shot inside.
Very mobile, and that mobility is going to open the floor.
Taquan Womack launching from the corner. The rebound. Here comes Trey White for Kansas. A pass broken up. Good hands by Tyler Coleman. 3-on-2 for Towson. Kansas a good job in transition defense getting back. Taquan Womack left it short in the lane. Trey White pulls it down and outlets. Melvin Council Jr. the kick out. Trey White. Line drive three.
Yeah, it didn't look great, did it?
The result is great.
Yeah, it was, but a little flat-footed on the shot. I really didn't think he was going to make it. A little bit of a line drive. It's where you look at Council's shot preparedness, right? He's stepping into it. You've got to seek it out. When you know you're open, you've got to call, get your feet ready.
Up and under, nice pump fake, draws the foul, the second on Flory Badunga. And free throws coming up for Chike and Defo.
White just timing it well. Going down the other end, Council starting to draw defense. He's a different dude, playing with a different confidence.
2 shots for Ndefo, just a 33% foul shoot. Redshirt freshman from Elmont, New York.
So that's not good.
33%.
It's not. It's hard to do.
Well below yours.
Yeah. I don't think I would have sniffed a court. I wasn't good enough to shoot 33% from anywhere.
One more for Ndefo. Off the bench now the last 3 games for Towson after starting early in the year is the combination of Trey White and Flory Badunga against what Towson has done so far. And Ndefo hits the second. Was 1 for 2 at the line. He's got 5 points off the bench for Towson.
Also always interested in the difference in terms of who you are as a scout after a performance like what Melvin Council Jr. had with 9 threes.
Good ball movement and the lay-in for Bryson Tiller. Outstanding passing by the Jayhawks.
It's outstanding passing, but it's also going back to what I just said. The scout is different because of the threes he made, and that's going to mean better spacing on the floor, a defense that's lifted. So if you get 2 to chase, that slip to the basket's wide open. There's 1 to cover 2.
Largest lead for KU. Towson has missed their last 7. Approaching 4.5 to go until halftime, and a turnover by the Tigers. Back the other way. Here comes Melvin Council Jr. And high off the window, the follow wouldn't go for Bryson Tiller. And now Towson pushes and counters on the drive. And the runner missed by Jack Dumbia Jr. Now here comes Kansas back the other way. At 10 for the Jayhawks. Melvin Council Jr. 5 on the timer. Step through. And the rebound batted around out of bounds. It belongs to Towson. 3:46 left first half. Number 17 Kansas up 33-18.
Basketball, deny that shot opportunity. There are other guys they dribble into. They're not going to do anything with it anyway. So don't commit the defender, but Dumbia Jr. is going there to shoot.
Flory Badunga back on the floor with his 2 fouls for Kansas on the drive. Marco Jackson, the tip, no, and the rebound run down by Towson and Jack Dumbia Jr. for the Tigers.
Towson rebounds well on the offensive end, but defensively, when they're in position, they really clean the glass well.
And a foul in the post. It's the second on Cole Rosario as he was wrestling with more Sec down low.
And Sec wanted the ball, too. Got a little animated with his teammates to say, give me the ball. He's got the advantage now. He needs to do a better job on that roll. You got to roll ball side and not allow Rosario to get back into the play. So as much as Sec is right to say, give me the ball, I got an advantage, well, you gave up your advantage by rolling too wide and allowing Rosario to get back into the play.
Plus, there was no angle to pass the ball to.
You've got to give them an angle. You got to roll at a point where you can get that pass can be made.
And a 5-second violation. Towson cannot get it in. And a turnover committed by the Tigers with 2:20 left in the half. And Pat Scarry not a happy camper right now. Although I have to say he's probably happier than the last time he was in this building.
Yeah, likely.
That was his first season. His first game as the coach at Towson was a 30-loss season. He went from being an assistant for Jamie Dixon at Pitt, where they were the #1 team in the country for a lot of the season. And they won 30 games the year before.
So you wanted to be a head coach, huh? Here's an absolute dumpster fire that might not be fun. But, you know, 15 years later, he's still here. If I can keep a job for 15 years, I feel pretty good.
And he's got a good team. Picked to win the NCAA this year.
I think they did great things in terms of, let's just be real, raising money to keep players. And I also think guys like Dylan Williamson and Tyler Tejada understand they could be their best at Towson.
And the shot, Dylan Williamson with 12. He's got 998 points now in his career.
It's really tough. It's kind of a funky release. But if you do it enough, repetition, 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 you can perfect it in perfection.
Good look at a three. Melvin Council Jr. his second three tonight.
What was he, 5 of what?
5 of 27 prior to the NC State.
That doesn't make sense when you look how pure that release is. And I'm telling you, the mind has more to do with it than anything you can do physically. Why is Dylan Williamson making more threes with a little awkward release? Council Jr.'s shot is perfect looking. It's really all about the mind and how you feel about it.
5 to shoot. Here's Williamson again from deep. Rims out, more Sec on the offensive glass. Shot blocked. Here comes Kansas. Cole Rosario, freshman, missing a three for the tie. Try to get a 2 for 1.
I'd love the 2 for 1. I just don't think guys always have the presence of mind to do it at this level. If it's not taught, if it's not trained, if it's not something you do in scenarios in practice, it's unlikely you're doing it. Another opportunity to shoot a ball? Yeah.
Speaking your language, I know. 5 to shoot, tough pull-up jumper. There it is, Dylan Williamson, 1,000 career points. He's got 14, and it's an 11-point game. Kansas playing for the last shot. Here's Council up top. 5 left in the half. Trey White over to Council. Launches a three. Too strong at the horn. 11-point game. And Darren Peters tonight left the game late on Saturday against NC State in Raleigh. He was cramping up in his quad.
Yeah.
He practiced yesterday, went through shoot-around earlier today. He's day-to-day. Just not available tonight for the Jayhawks. It spins out for Tyler Tejada, but another offensive rebound for Towson, and a three, too strong from Tyler Schmidt, but another offensive rebound. That's 14 offensive rebounds for Towson already, and the rebound batted around will stay at this end. A foul on Kansas, and you know Bill Self is frustrated with all the offensive rebounds grabbed by Towson.
They just can't convert on them. That's been the problem. I mean, we got a great stat earlier. They're winning the battle 12-5 in offensive rebounding, but only 6 second chance points off those offensive rebounds. And what that was 2 more, so 14 offensive rebounds and only 6 second chance points. They've got to be able to convert, and if they do, this is a much closer game.
Early sub, Marco Jackson comes in off the baseline. Another miss from Tyler Tejada. Another foul going for the rebound on Kansas. This one on Marco Jackson.
It happens all the time. When you're now concerned with giving up offensive rebounds, you get a little too physical. And it's not tough. It's you get too physical. When you get physical, not tough, you foul.
First on Jackson. Tyler Schmidt on the drive. Off the window, banked in by Schmidt, and Towson has cut it to single digits.
They're playing well enough, I should say, to be in this game, just not converting on the effort plays they're making.
Despite all the offensive rebounds, Just 6 second chance points for Towson tonight. Flory Badunga in the paint. Has it stripped and stolen, taken away by Caleb Mbea, but he's out of bounds. Will stay at this end. Kansas ball.
It feels like a different game for Towson. They just walked out, and I feel like they found confidence going into the second half. They go into the locker room, they talk about it, say, guys, there's so many things we're not doing well. Our best player, CAA Player of the Year last year, didn't score and had 3 fouls. He didn't play the last 8 minutes of the first half. We're right there.
He's 0 for 6 from the field in the game. But it's a 9-point game. Kansas has led by as many as 15. The lob for Flory Badunga, out of bounds, broken up by Towson. Last touch by Badunga. It's a Towson ball.
Council's got to take one more dribble to the basket and to get the defense to commit to him. The defense did not have to commit to the basketball. The lob came a little too early. It's the right idea. It's not the right play.
Chance for the Tigers to chip deeper into this Kansas lead. Dylan Williamson, 14 points to lead everybody in the game. Here he is. Steal and hoop, and back to a double-digit Jayhawks lead.
And Tyler Tejada is really trying to get himself into this game. I like that they went to him early, but he's got to settle in and still maintain some degree of patience. That's when he's at his best.
Finds Dylan Williamson in the corner. Short on the 3, the rebound grabbed by KU and Council.
Great job by Badunga getting out there and covering that 3. Just a tough contest.
Here is Flory Badunga. Open on the other side. In and out on the 3. Offensive rebound, Flory Badunga. And a foul and a push called on Towson. And it's on Tyler Schmidt.
Council did a good job staying home here, not having to overhelp. He kind of showed just a split second, but he kept his balance, kept his hands out. Tyler Tejada just struggling to get comfortable in this game.
Council with that steal and bucket. He's got 10 tonight off the 36 at NC State. And you and I were talking to Bill Self this morning. And Bill Self said in his 23 years here at Kansas, Jamari McDowell nails a 3. That was probably the best individual road performance a Kansas player has had under Bill Self.
That's a wild thing to say, too, when you think about it. It's not like he hasn't been here forever and won everything.
He brought up Elijah Thomas, who went for 38 in a game.
He said it was just something else, and especially when it's somebody that's unexpected.
Flory Badunga grabs the long rebound. Has it stripped, got it back. Attacks, and a foul, and Badunga to the line.
That's not exactly what you draw up.
A little awkward. It wasn't pretty, but effective.
Sort of. You know, it happened.
Third on Caleb Mbea.
I mean, every big wants to be a point guard. Every point guard wishes they were bigger. I think learning the ball skills allow you to be just such a much more versatile player. Badunga's got great activity. He moves so well. He's active. He's got a high motor. If he can learn how to do more with a purpose and play outside in, look out.
2 for 5 at the line for Badunga. One more coming. The NCAA women's volleyball semis Thursday night on ESPN and the ESPN app. Both have the 3 seed squaring off against the 1 seed. Texas A&M takes on Pitt. That's at 6:30 Eastern. Then Wisconsin and Kentucky. And the winners play for the national championship Sunday, 3:30 Eastern on ABC.
Great watch, by the way.
The heartbreak for Nebraska, by the way. My goodness.
I mean, in college, I just
So
remember
dominant all year.
Penn State women's volleyball was so fun. They were dominant at that time. Rec Hall was awesome. But the rally scoring is so fun. It's just such a great pace to the game. For a match. What do you call it? Talking about it like I know what I'm talking about.
You did go to 2 volleyball schools, Penn State and UCLA. Shot clock down to 7. The floater in the lane, the miss, Jack Dumbia Jr. And the rebound out of bounds, last touch by Towson. It belongs to Kansas.
And Pat Scarry just wants him to settle a little bit. That's a tough shot. It's a hard one to rebound because you're not getting it going to the rim. They get so many rebounds on tough jumpers because defense isn't ready for the shot to go up. You're not anticipating it. And then you get a lot when you're going to the rim with secondary defenders coming over.
7 straight for KU after Towson cut it to 9. First time they had it in single digits in a while is Trey White missing from the corner. Flory Badunga can't keep it in bounds, and it goes out to the Towson Tigers. But Towson had trimmed it to 9. And now Kansas has pushed it out to 16, their largest lead of the night.
I would really like to see Towson get back to trying to play through Tejada in the post. He's got a matchup that he
They have to get him involved somehow.
You're not going to win or even be able to compete late in this game if the best player on the floor for you is not involved, or at least impactful.
The Tigers just 1 for 8 from the floor here in the second half. And that is the line for Tyler Tejada tonight, the reigning CAA Player of the Year. The foul trouble in the first half didn't help him.
No, 3 with 8 minutes to play is a problem.
Here he is. Driving, gets his own miss, and it rolls in the first points of the night for Tyler Tejada. And it took him 24.5 minutes.
Doesn't matter. Just get him going. Get him involved. He'll be better on the defensive end. He'll seek out shot opportunities, but you can't pick up a 4.
Melvin Council Jr. rattles in a 3.
He went from ice cold to a sniper. It's just the way he's ready to shoot. The rhythm he creates into the catch, not just into the shot.
Last 2 games, trying to go to 9 and 3 tonight.
Towson's had opportunities to cut into this, and then they've had additional opportunities. They just can't convert. And you went salty dog on me, and we're like, well, they've had a lot of opportunities with all the misses. Which is very fair, by the way.
It's very true.
Yes.
As Towson shooting only 26% from the floor. And the Tigers only 2 for 15 from 3 as Jack Dumbia Jr. nails both free throws. He has 7. Dylan Williamson leads Towson with 14.
Kansas has done such a good job of limiting things at the rim, so they are forcing tough shots. They got to maintain position to rebound and finish possessions.
Down low, Flory Badunga with a left hand over the 7-footer for a second.
Let's go back to what worked in the first half, and what worked was him getting position early. Once he gets on that block, you're beat. If there's no double and he's able to just turn left shoulder, right hook, right shoulder, left hook, it's too easy.
Big night for Flory Badunga. Here is Tyler Tejada. Gets it inside, and Morissette lays it in for Towson.
It's good. They were purposeful in getting the ball to the matchup where they had an advantage, and Morissette did a good job of just being quick about his business and finishing.
Second, another guy on his 3rd school, and he comes over to block the shot of Trey White, who's on his 4th school. On the drive, knocked away, and a steal as Tyler Tejada lost it. Melvin Council Jr. pushes. Elmarco Jackson. And a good look at a 3 on the weak side and dropped back in by Flory Badunga. Timeout, Towson. Largest lead of the night for KU. They're up 17. Fight against cancer, and he's fighting hard. And Pat Scarry has so much admiration for his father, what he's going through right now. And his biggest fan is his dad. And I wanted to mention that, Dave Scarry, and the battle that he's going through right now fighting cancer back in the Northeast.
The V Foundation's a big part of it, but college basketball coaches have done so much to unify one another in the fight against cancer. Coaches versus Cancer. So many guys do such a great job of raising money. I know Penn State does a terrific job at my old school. It's crazy to think of how unifying the battle has become. And you just pray that that gives hope to a lot of people, including the coach's father.
Floater by Tyler Tejada. He's got just 4 points tonight. Tejada averages almost 19 a game. Hampered with foul trouble, frustrating first half, and a steal by Jack Dumbia Jr. for Towson. Now he steps into a 3. And up over everybody, Bryson Tiller for KU.
It's almost like I'm not getting what I want, so I'll settle for this 3 type of shot.
Corner 3 on the way. Bryson Tiller.
You can get Tiller making threes and shooting it with confidence. It's a different team. Why? Because it creates better space.
6'11" redshirt freshman. KU's made 6 threes now tonight. Towson only 2 for 16. And despite the 17 offensive rebounds for Towson, they're down 18. A wild shot, the scoop missed by Chike and Defoe, but kept alive. Another offensive rebound for the Tigers. Underneath, trying to reverse, and it's tipped out of bounds by Kansas.
I mean, look, I went to UCLA. We have a pretty good Hall of Fame. There's a lot of basketball history there. That was something else.
Driving baseline, a foul will get Tyler Tejada to the line.
A lot of people have a box for their ring. He's got a case for his
It's
rings, plural.
it's like a big box for donuts.
Yeah.
And he's got like
Expensive one.
25 of them in.
Yeah. No, it just, obviously there's a lot of history here at Kansas. This is a very special place. There's a ton of history here for basketball. And then what Bill Self has been able to do, as long as he's been able to do it, is remarkable given the changes that we've seen in the game, not just over the last couple of years, but it's also been the shift of like kind of heading into the one and done era and then kind of surviving that and figuring out how to maintain consistency at a ridiculously high level. It's incredible. I find the success here and the interest in basketball to be exciting but also humbling at the same time.
The consistency over the years. When they lost in the first round to Arkansas last year, it was the first time in 18 years they lost their first game of the NCAA tournament. Nice move, and the spin drops in for Bryson Tiller.
Who are you up on that list with, Fog Allen?
Well, how about the picture? We walk down the hall.
Yes.
Fog Allen as the head coach and his assistant, the guy that invented the game, James Naismith.
Clearly not good enough to be a head coach.
What does he know about the game? Tyler Tejada missing a good look at a 3. Here comes Melvin Council Jr. for KU.
I always wonder what James Naismith would think of the game today. Like, I don't know.
We want to bring back the Peach basket. The floater in the lane, Melvin Council Jr. And KU is now up 20.
Between 30-foot threes and ridiculous dunks, I don't think Peach baskets would last that long.
Think he could have ever envisioned Steph Curry?
No, any of this. It's just amazing what human beings can figure out how to be good at.
Dylan Williamson still scoreless since halftime, and the rebound grabbed by Kansas on the run. Step through the lob, and the tip goes for Bryson Tiller. Not sure if that was a shot or a pass from Melvin Council Jr., but it still worked.
Sometimes it's a shot pass, and the shot pass is one that you just get up on the rim trusting that you have
That's more
rebounders.
of a hockey term, the shot pass.
Let's make up words.
No, it's actually a viable term in hockey. Down low is Caleb Mbea for Towson.
So you just throw it at the net and play off the rebound? Is that what it is?
Or you look for a tip, a redirection, right near the net.
Now you're using big words.
Marco Jackson in the paint. Missed the floater, and the rebound, ripping it away, is Caleb Mbea for Towson. Inside 9.5 to go. Or how about the young picture of Dean Smith from the Kansas Union?
Young Dean, I thought the story was cool about getting the varsity letter jacket back.
That's an offensive foul to push off. Chike and Defoe called for his second.
There's maybe a little extracurricular there. I didn't mind it, though.
He did clear a little space with the offense.
A lot of times, the chicken wing comes out because the defender's just hovering all over it. And I do not like it when they call the dislodge when they're being just smothered. Right? Now, in that case, he actually created the contact and then extended a little bit further. It's the right call.
What's he supposed to do? Tiller's 6'11". Got to create some space somewhere.
Tiller did a good job of gapping enough that it forced him into his body.
Here's Bryson Tiller.
Ooh, battle down low.
Trey White on a step-back three. 14 for Trey White tonight. And the largest lead for the Jayhawks.
I would just want Trey White and Melvin Council Jr. to not forget who they are when Darren Peterson comes back.
In the lane, nice leaner. Good move by Jaquan Womack, the first points for the freshman tonight.
I make that point understanding that you're not going to be the same guy, but don't lose that aggressiveness. Don't lose that confidence.
Oh, Rosario rattles out a three. And grabbing the rebound, here comes Towson. 3-on-3 for Dylan Williamson. Womack launches. Short on the three. And the rebound grab by Cole Rosario for Kansas. Head of the pack. The Jayhawks attack, and it's Trey White again for Kansas.
And Towson's just starting to chase the game at this point. You can just read body language and tell they feel a little defeated. Get a couple good possessions. Keep competing. That's what makes this team good. They just fight. They battle.
On the drive. And the layup missed by Tyler Schmidt. Flory Badunga pulls it down for Kansas. Towson looking like they're going to go 0-3 against the Big 12. Having played Houston and UCF already is Badunga with the lay. 18 for Flory Badunga. Timeout Towson.
Been wondering who it's going to be with Darren. You also want him to be as close to 100% as possible. You don't want anything nagging. You want to see your team improve it, and him being on the bench is an opportunity to develop more of your team.
And a foul, it's on Cole Rosario, his third. And just to reiterate, the quad injury has nothing to do with the hamstring problem that sidelined him for 7 games.
By the way, if you just watched him move and did a simple, elementary level gait analysis, and you just look at the dude, you go, he's a pro. Like he's just got it. The way he moves, the way he interacts with players. And then you watch him play at a high level, you're like, oh, yep, confirmed.
Dylan Williamson from deep in his first points of the second half. 17 tonight for Dylan Williamson. Rosario from deep. Had a good look, and the rebound on the weak side grabbed by Jaquan Womack for Towson.
Rosario's got to be one of those guys that can come in and knock down shots. Whatever it takes, you got to figure out how to shoot the ball with confidence, get ready before the ball gets there. You've got to be able to knock down shots because he's a physical defender. He moves well on the offensive end, and he gets to open spots.
Jaden Dawson almost had the steal, stepped on the sideline. It goes back to Towson. 15 on the shot clock for the Tigers. Look, this, when you play games like tonight, games like Houston, they got handled their last time out by UCF. That's going to prepare them for the CAA. They're not going to see anything in league like they've seen in the non-conference.
Say yes, sort of, right? So long as you don't lose your edge. So long as you don't walk out of here and start to question whether you're really that good.
Rebound, Flory Badunga has a double-double now. 18 points, 10 rebounds, and his 7th career double-double for Badunga. And a steal, good read by Jaquan Womack. Towson pushes. The trailer down the lane and slithering to the bucket, but losing it going up was Jack Dembia Jr. Racing back the other way for Kansas, but a wild pass goes into the bench. The problem for Samis Calderon is he saw a bunch of white jerseys that were on the bench.
It's really tough when it's 2 in a row, though. That's 2 straight turnovers, and there comes a point, trust me, I've been there, where now all you're thinking about is like, oh, just don't make it clean. Just make the simplest of passes. Oh, and is he coming out? No. Sometimes you just need more time on the floor. If you haven't been playing much, just take your time, make some simple passes, and just read and feel the game a little bit.
Calderon hadn't played in the last 5 games.
Yeah,
He came off the bench in 5 of the first 6 for Bill Self. Highly recruited player. Paul Biancardi, ESPN's national recruiting director, and Calderon ranked 91 in his ESPN 100. International experience playing for Brazil. He just needs the experience to play in a Division I game.
Just need time.
And he deflected that pass.
Just make some simple plays until the game opens up for you. At the same time, I also understand the urgency to try to make plays. More time.
Second on Jaquan Womack. And for Kansas, trying to get some momentum here. Their final non-conference tune-ups before they get into Big 12 play. And boy, what a great run for the non-conference it has been for the Big 12.
Also, what I like about Kansas too is I don't think anybody has a real idea of their ceiling. I like that about them right there. Usually it's the other way around, where it's like, oh, it's national championship or bust. Well, I think this is a team that Bill Self can develop over the course of the years. Tejada gets one to go, which is what you just saw. That's what he can do.
And this is what Kansas did in the non-conference. Played Carolina at the Dean Dome, played Duke, win over Tennessee. They lost here to UConn. That overtime win at NC State. And a good look at a 3, too strong from Samis Calderon, but kept alive by Kansas. On the reload, 3, Cole Rosario.
By the way, I like that they're playing such a tough schedule. It's good for basketball.
The other way, it rims out for Tyler Tejada, pulled out by Kansas. It is great for college basketball when you get games like that. And the 3 off from Bryson Tiller. The Tigers push it back, and Jaden Cole missing a transition 3. And a foul going for the rebound.
Or did you do it all yourself? I like the blanks where I get to drop my own poetry.
You get to drop in everything there?
Yeah.
Pull-up jumper, and the miss from Jaden Dawson. And the rebound ripped away by Caleb Mbea for Towson. Yeah, I usually go buy one. Well, the Hallmark factory is here in Lawrence. But there isn't a Hallmark store.
That makes no sense.
Oh, what?
It should be like a college with a bookstore.
There's a 3 well short from Jaden Cole. It goes out of bounds to the Jayhawks with 3:19 to play.
I got to credit Kansas on their defense. The next phase of that is rebounding rotations, right? So you're rotating with the basketball, maintaining rebounding position, because they are giving up a lot of offensive rebounds. And yes, you are right. Been a lot of opportunities to get them.
And the rebound, another defensive board by Caleb Mbea. Kansas holding Towson at 28% shooting. 3 for 22 from 3. 20 offensive rebounds for Towson tonight. That 3 is off the mark from Dylan Williamson. Offensive rebound number 21 comes up empty for the Tigers, and now here comes G. Ngala for Kansas. Ngala, the senior from Montreal, transferred from the Canadian college basketball ranks. Down low, turning middle, and the bank. Paul Mbea, the freshman, the 7-footer from the Congo for Kansas.
That was hard off the glass, too. More forceful than touchy.
Just powered that one in.
Yeah, he did. He put hard off the glass.
Well, the baseball field is right next door.
It is. New football stadiums here is nice.
Beautiful.
Really
gorgeous. Jaden Cole.
Oh, that hurts. That's 2 in a row. Two moon balls in a row is tough to overcome.
Deep 3. That one rims off from Cole Rosario. On the drive, the spin. Pretty move, and the finish, Dylan Williamson. And a timeout by Towson just for a substitution. 9-3 are also available on the ESPN app. Lost out of bounds by Kansas. The top prospects, Darren Peterson, KU. AJ DeBonsa of BYU. There's Boozer for Duke.
I think Caleb Wilson
as well.
I think Caleb Wilson needs to be in the conversation because it's also the position he plays. High motor guy, very skilled, high basketball IQ, terrific instincts. In his position, he could be maybe the most impactful of all. Whatever position that is.
And a travel.
It's power, right? He has made 2 or 3 extra opportunity plays by just keeping the ball alive, by just out jumping it.
And another opportunity for Towson with an offensive rebound, and Jack to be a junior. Led back to the foul line for the Tigers here with 32 seconds to play. And all these offensive rebounds.
It's wild.
And now, is that something Bill Self will definitely talk about with his team?
To a degree, but I think first you watch it back and be like, all right, where are they coming from? You know, if you're going to talk to your team about offensive rebounds, you can't just yell your head off and say, get the rebound. Well, yeah, okay, but is it a product of our switching? Do we need to be better about getting back into the play? Do we need to be better about fixing the switches? It's something they talked about, which I really like.
A lot of long rebounds, too.
There's also long rebounds, which in a way you almost live with. The other thing is, higher level opponents won't take and miss that many shots.
Out of bounds, it belongs to Towson with 10 seconds.
There won't be as many long rebound opportunities. Now, you're playing Houston, it's a different story. But the rebound's about a battle. It's about a fight. You win position first, and then you got to go secure the ball.
Now they steal it. Giangallo will back it away and run out the clock, and the Jayhawks improve to 9-3. Suffocating defense from Kansas tonight, minus Darren Peterson. They win handily.
I think it's a team you're trying to see who else can develop.